Here's the reality of the matter. If you want to make it in music, you're going to have to build a business. My initial thought when I was going into the music industry, I acted like record labels didn't even exist. Because if I wanted to rely on becoming an employee for somebody else who already had the structure, who already had the distribution, who already had the publishing place, who already had everything that I needed, I would have never learned anything that I needed to learn to be able to survive without them. Now, a lot of artists, a lot of singers, a lot of songwriters, a lot of rappers, a lot of creatives want to take the position that I'll just work for them first and I'll work my way up the ladder, and eventually be able to get the game from them and then do my own thing. It don't happen like that. Because once you get into their system, you don't make it out. And if you do make it out, you're going to make it out with some bumps and some bruises and them owning all and every piece of property that you have. And they should, because if I was them, I would do the same thing to you too, because it's my business. So you have to look at yourself from the perspective, it is your brand, it's your business, it's your career, and you have to be able to dominate. We don't do anything unless it's for our own benefit. So you are a walking brand. What are you doing about it? What systems are you putting in place to make sure that you can continue to eat on a daily basis, that your music is continuing to be heard, that you reach and build the audience and the fan base that you need, not only to get your music out and express yourself, but to be able to make the kind of living that you know that you can off of your music, especially if you've been putting in the time, especially if you're good. What are you going to do about it? You're going to have to build a business. You're going to have to get yourself to a point where you have employees, where you're working payroll, where you're tracking all of the money, where you're watching all of your time, where you're well-disciplined, where everything is a well-oiled machine that's going to get you rolling and get you to the top. That's the only way you can survive. So no matter what condition that the music business is in, you're in the you business. This is how I've always thought. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't care what state the music industry is in. The Federo business is always going to thrive. In any situation, in any circumstance, as long as I can control my production and I can hire out the production of others, I'll be able to make a great living off music. And do I want to leverage that ability for me to grow my brand into other areas? Yeah. Because a valuable brand is a valuable brand to everybody. So we're going to need to know. You're going to need to get into the books. You're going to need to study. You're going to need to hire coaches. You're going to need to hire a mentor. Because even though I coach, I'm still getting coached. I'm a part of several mentorships right now. Because even the greatest work on their game on a daily basis. What are you doing to work on your game? What are you doing to practice? How do you practice making beats? How do you work on the instrumental part? Or how do you work on getting better at playing this? How do you get better at writing or rapping or singing? What do you do? What do you put in the time? How do you practice the business aspect? How do you work on your network? How do you work on your soft skills? All of these areas need to be grown for you to get there. You just want to do music. That's not good enough. Unless you want to be exploited. Now, if you want to tell a company, hey, you figure all that out, I just want to do the music piece, then you should be fine with whatever deal comes across this table. And this is my first time saying this. If you just want to do the music, then don't stop complaining about record deals. Stop complaining about being independent. You don't want to put in the work anyway. But if you do want to put in the work and you want to get to a certain point where you can make a great living whether somebody helps or not, then you need to do it. You need to build that business. You need to build your brand. You need to build it as if this is the thing that's going to take care of you for the rest of your life. Once you can put yourself and push yourself to that point, then you'll make it. Because you'll realize there's nobody coming to save you. And I knew that a long time ago. I knew that when I was 19 years old. Nobody's coming to save us. No billion-dollar company, million-dollar company is going to look at us and say, hey, that person, I just want a charity. Everybody has their own self-interest, even us. And sometimes that can bring out the best in people or the worst in people. But it's only fair that people only have their own agenda. These record labels, these companies that you get with, they want to make money. They want to make a product. They want to make a profit. You're a product to them. But I have an agenda too. I want to be able to feed myself, feed my family, and dominate. That is my agenda. So if you want to learn how to do everything that I just said, you want to learn how to record yourself, you want to learn how to do the music business, you want to learn how to make a living, you want to learn how I made 6 figures in this music business and continue to thrive, join the community. The link is below. Love y'all.